All right, here we go. We are on solving systems of equation review number 2. On number 1, go ahead and try yourself first. If we are graphing, I am going to get the y by itself. That means all I have to do is divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. Y equals negative 2 over 3x minus 2. I start at negative 2. I'm going to go down 2 over 1, 2, 3. I could go up 2, left 1, 2, 3. There's my first line. If I need to get y by itself, I just need to divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. So I get negative 8 over 3x plus 4 equals y. I can go ahead and take my y and put it to the other side. So now I know what my slope is and my y-intercept is. My y-intercept is at 4. I'm going to go down 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to go over 3. I know exactly where they intersect. They intersect at 3, negative 4. Number 2, I need to get y by itself, so I'm going to get rid of the 8, get rid of the 8. 2y equals negative 8, divide by 2, y equals negative 4. So at negative 4, my y value will always be negative 4, so I know it's going to go this way, left to right. My next equation, I got to get the y by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and add 9 to both sides. So that gives me 9y equals negative 15x plus 9. I'm going to divide by 9, divide by 9. That gives me y equals, if I reduce this, I can divide by 3. That'd give me negative 5 over 3x plus 1. I start at 1. I go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 3. That's where they intersect. So my intersection is at 2, negative 4. Number 3, substitution. My y is already by itself. I'm going to substitute. 4x minus 4 equals negative 4x minus 12. Add 4x. Add 4x. 8x minus 4 equals negative 12. Add 4, add 4. 8x equals negative 8. Divide by 8. X equals negative 1. If x equals negative 1, I'm going to plug this back in to my x. Y equals 4 times negative 1 minus 4. Y equals negative 4 minus 4. So y equals negative 8. And I'm done. Number 4. My y is by itself, so I'm going to take what my y equals. I'm going to substitute it in. 8x plus 6 times negative 2x minus 6 equals negative 8. I'm going to distribute by 6. 8x minus 12x minus 36 equals negative 8. Combine like terms, that's negative 4x minus 36 equals negative 8. Add 36. Add 36. Negative 4x equals 28. Divide by negative 4. X equals negative 7. If x equals negative 7, I plug it back into either equation. Y equals negative 2 times negative 7 minus 6. Y equals 14 minus 6. Y equals 8. 5. My variable is not by myself yet. This y is the easiest to get by itself. I'm going to subtract 7x, subtract 7x. So this would be y equals negative 7x minus 7. I'm going to take this y and I'm going to substitute it in. So this would give me negative 8x minus 2 times negative 7x minus 7 equals 14. If I distribute, negative 8x plus 14x plus 14 equals 14. Combine like terms, that would give me 6x equals, or 6x plus 14 equals 14, minus 14 minus 14, 6x equals 0, divide by 6, x equals 0. I'm going to take my x equals 0 and I'm going to plug it back into my original equation. So that gives me negative 8 times 0 minus 2y equals 14. Negative 8 times 0 is 0, so that goes away. If I divide by negative 2, I get y equals negative 7. Next problem. My equal signs are pretty much on top of each other. My negative 5y and my 1y are on top of each other. This negative 8 is in the wrong spot. So I'm going to get rid of this negative 8, and I'm going to put it right here. So I'm going to add 8. So my 8's are on top of each other, and my x's are on top of each other. So if I rewrite this, my equal signs, I would have negative 5y over 1y, 8 plus 3x, and then I would have 8 minus 3x. These will already eliminate, so I don't have to touch them. Those eliminate. So negative 5 plus 1y is negative 4y, 8 plus 8 is 16. Divide by negative 4, I get y equals negative 4. I'm going to take my y equals negative 4 and I'm going to plug it back into my original equation. Negative 5 times negative 4 equals 8 plus 3x. Negative 5 times negative 4 is positive 20. I'm going to get rid of my 8. That gives me 12 equals 3x. Divide by 3. 4 equals x. I got my x and I got my y. Next problem. My equal signs are not on top of each other. So I'm going to put my equal signs on top of each other. I have 1y equals negative 8x plus 30. Sorry. And then I have negative 20 plus 6x equals negative 1y. So I need them on top of each other. So I'm going to bring this negative 1y and I'm going to put it under here. So negative 1y turns into positive 1y. This 6x needs to go under this x. So instead of positive 6x, it turns into negative 6x. And instead of negative 20, I'm going to go ahead and put positive 20 because I got to bring it to the other side. Okay? Now my variables are on top of each other. Now if this is positive 1 and this is positive 1, I'm just going to go ahead and multiply this by negative 1 to get negative 1. So this turns into negative 1y equals positive 8x minus 30. 1y, negative 1y eliminates. So this gives me negative 6 plus 8 is 2x. 20 minus 30 is negative 10. I'm going to add 10, add 10. 10 equals 2x. Divide by 2. 5 equals x. I'm going to take what my x equals, and I'm going to plug it back into my original equation. Let's plug it into this one. Y equals negative 8 times 5 plus 30. y equals negative 40 plus 30, so y equals negative 10. Number 8, my x's are on top, my y's are on top, and my numbers are on top, so I don't need to touch this to change them. What I do need to do is I need to get the opposites. I could either do negative 8, negative 7, or positive 8, positive 4. I'm going to go ahead and do these two. If this is positive 8, I'm going to change this to negative 8. The only way to change that to negative 8 is I multiply by negative 2. So this will turn into positive 14x. This is negative 8y. This is positive 60. So this no longer exists. My y's eliminate. Negative 8 plus 14 gives me 6x. Negative 24, 60, that would give me 34. Nope, sorry, 36. Divide by 6, x equals 6. If x equals 6, I'm going to put it back into my original equation. Negative 8 times 6 plus 8y equals negative 24. This gives me negative 48 plus 8y equals negative 24. I'm going to add 48, 8y equals 24, divide by 8, y equals 3. Last problem. My x's are on top, my y's are on top, and my numbers are on top, so I don't need to touch this. Okay? But I get to choose which one I want. Well, this time I cannot make 9 into negative 6, or I cannot make 9 into positive 6, I cannot make negative 6 into negative 9. The first number that these two have in common is 18. So I'm going to change this to a positive 18, so I'm going to multiply this by 2, and I'm going to change this to a negative 18. So negative 6 times 3 would give me negative 18. 2 times 9 is positive 18x. 2 times negative 8 is negative 16y. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times negative 16 is negative 18x. 3 times 9 is positive 27y. 3 times 3 is 9. My x's eliminate. 27 minus 16, that's 4, that's 11y equals 11. Divide by 11, y equals 1. If y equals 1, I plug back in. That would be 9x minus 8 times 1 is 8 equals 1. Add 8, 9x equals 9. Divide by 9, x equals 1. And I am done.